Silent no more. She had reached the breaking point. Silent no more. This is taken from a song named Silence by Marshmello featuring Khalid. I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one and I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one and I've been silent for too long. I've been quiet for too long. I've been quiet for too long. My daughter's official outcry was at school during the first month of her senior year. Before I could get to Texas from California, she had a nervous breakdown at school. A tipping point had been reached. Unable to bottle it up anymore, she began to word vomit and spill out just everything that had happened. The school administration was prepared. They knew how to handle the situation. They executed a protocol that they were trained to follow. They efficiently contacted the police and contacted her father, who lived locally, to be present. Her father can barely recall what was said. After the first revealing words, he went into a fury of anger and pain and sorrow. The police had to physically restrain him from leaving to confront the abuser. I was on a flight to get her as soon as I could. When I got to the house to pick her up, she seemed a little relieved than when I'd last talked with her, but she did not tell me what had happened. She was so pale, so sick, so thin, so weak, yet in stark contrast, so very strong. We stayed at a hotel to get her out of her environment as quickly as possible. She had no appetite and she struggled sleeping. I laid hands on her during the fleeting moments as she slept. I rebuked the demons of anxiety and depression in the mighty name of Jesus, and I said out loud to the devil that this child is not yours. In the morning, she asked if I'd spoken with her dad. I called him and he told me what had happened at school. We all cried. She was somewhat relieved to have broken her silence and to get out the secret that she had carried for so long. Yet she was so injured. She was so confused. She felt ashamed. She felt guilty. She didn't want to cause problems for his family, for her friends, or for us. She felt to blame for what had happened. She just felt sick. We all worked together for next steps. How can we get her help? Where do we go? Where do we start? We would later be thankful that her outcry happened at school. It was a neutral and unbiased setting. It left no doubt that we as parents were clearly shocked and were not in any way directing her. We are so very thankful for the high school staff, the guidance counselor, and the police officers who knew how to handle this situation. They were professional, prepared, and trained. They were understanding and supportive throughout the next steps of her hospitalization and extensive absences from school, even to the point of truancy. This is one of the reasons I support the Darkness to Light organization and Aaron's Law. Darkness to Light empowers adults to prevent child sexual abuse by providing training, stewards of children, to recognize the signs of child sexual abuse and signs of a potential abuser, as well as how to handle it when abuse is disclosed. Aaron's Law, which is passed in 35 states so far, requires that all public schools in each state implement a prevention-oriented child sexual abuse program, which teaches students in grades pre-K to 12th grade age-appropriate techniques to recognize child abuse and to tell an adult. School personnel are all trained on child sexual abuse. Parents and guardians are trained on the warning signs of child sexual abuse, plus needed assistance, referral, or resource information to support any sexually abused children and their families. For parents and guardians of children, I urge you to take the online training and the resources provided by Darkness to Light and look into Aaron's Law as a status for your state. I provided some resources here in the show notes, and it was through my own independent research that I came across these resources that helped get me through everything that we as a family were going through at that time.